My name is Emily. I am the crazy flippin' mom. I had to think about who I was there for a second. Welcome back to my channel. Pew, pew. Today we are talking about retail arbitrage, how to get started, and what you need. I have been creating more resources for new sellers, especially if this is your first Q4, and I thought this would be a good landing page if you found me from Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and you're like, tell me more. You've come to the right place. So get your coffee, get a blanket, settle in. We're gonna break it down today. Aren't I good at this?
It is what you do for a living.
So if you do not know already, retail arbitrage is the fancy word for going to Walmart, Target, finding a product, and then reselling it on Amazon for a profit. And this is similar to online arbitrage. The difference is obviously online arbitrage is shopping for products online and having it delivered to your house or at your prep center. So they're pretty much the same, okay? I feel like online arbitrage, people who don't go into the store feel very fancy about their life and their life choices, but both are pretty similar. You're still looking at just everything but wholesale, and we're not even talking about private label, okay? So I think the big things here is that between online and retail arbitrage, you can find really good deals, but you will always be limited to how much you can buy. Especially on sites, like if you place an online order at Walmart, Target, usually they have a max order of like 12. So that is why having a mix of both can be helpful. If you find a really good product, you can place orders, have it delivered, and you can also go into the store and pick up more. I get the question a lot on Instagram, is this legal? Yes, it's just as legal as buying stuff and then having a yard sale the next day and deciding you're going to sell it all. The only thing is, some people will say their products they look at say not for like individual sale. Typically, they are opening up a box of Kit Kats or Snickers and those little bags, like I'm thinking Halloween right now. Those little packs of Snickers say not available. I'm not doing that. None of the products I sell say you cannot sell them, okay? Really, once I buy them, who cares? Do you think Walmart cares what I do with them? Like, that's an honest question. I think no. As long as I'm not stealing the products, I don't think they care what I do with them. And it's really important that you don't steal your products to resell for a number of reasons, but just for like the most straightforward reason would be because you need proper documentation for every product you sell on Amazon. You need a receipt. So let's just rule that out right here. I'm not using food stamps. I'm not stealing. I'm trying to think of the common things I hear on social media. And I'm imagining most of these people do not have their thinking caps on when they make these posts. And so today I'm getting a crayon and I'm drawing the lines for you. Okay, so now that you know what retail arbitrage is, the basics, I just covered documentation, really important. Receipts and invoices are not the same. You will need to get ungated to sell most products in most categories on Amazon. A receipt will protect you if you have an inauthentic claim. You need to talk to the brand and show them proof of purchase or where you're buying your products from, but you cannot use a receipt to ungate you. So you need an invoice to get ungated, and you can get an invoice from shopping at Kohl's and pulling your invoice from your account. You can shop at Target and pull the invoice from your Target account. You can get invoices from a lot of places now. So print it off, submit it, get ungated. This is really the first big hurdle. Do not think you're going to open an account today and start selling today. This is why I offer mentorship. And if you need that extra one-on-one, this is the place. The community, Crazy Flippin' Mom community, mentorship, I can help you through each hurdle because it can be daunting to go at it alone. I have been doing this for 6 years. This is my 6th Q4. So this is definitely not a one-off thing for me. This is my livelihood, and I have scaled it up at times. I've stopped at times. I've made a lot of good buys, and I've made just as many bad buys, but I am still here. And I have found ways to make this really consistent, worthwhile, and I hope that if you're here, you're following along, you can take away some things, some tips to help you make it worthwhile. If this is a full hustle for you, side hustle, I think everybody today is looking for an extra stream of income. So I'm assuming you're here because you just want to pay the rent, you want to buy groceries, and Amazon, selling on this platform can definitely do that. Now, there are two ways to sell on Amazon. You can send all your product to a warehouse, and a lot of times you see me prepping and sending out products this way. I will get the product, prep it. Sometimes I have to cover price tags. I have to take off clearance stickers. I need to poly bag. I'll show you what a poly bag is. This is a self-seal bag with a suffocation warning. So I have tons of different sizes that fit most of the products I pick up. I put it in a box and send it to a warehouse, and then Amazon deals with customers and shipping. That is the first way to sell on Amazon. The other way is to sell direct to customers. And this is what I'm focusing on today because it's Halloween. So if you are a new seller, this is not the best time to just send in a bunch of shipments and boxes to a warehouse because they may not process it till the new year. So I am focusing on merchant fulfillment. Today I have my boxes. I'm actually going to my warehouse and I will show you what that looks like too. Picking up boxes, and I have about 60 orders to fulfill today. So I will get my boxes, I will print my labels. I have to prep all of my products. So I need to cover price tags. They all have to be bubble wrapped. There's a lot of little steps here. These products are really great fast flip, and it makes them a good opportunity to merchant fulfill. When I list my product on Amazon, I offer free shipping on everything. So the cost to sell, the cost of the shipping label, all included. It'll have one price. The buyer will check out, be charged tax, and then on the back end, I will receive the order and be able to purchase the shipping label for that order. But I have to price in a way that's covering not just my cost of product, not just my time and effort, all of that, but also you have to include shipping. So at the end of the day, if you find yourself not making money, you need to what? Up your price. You're not charging enough. Amazon makes merchant shipping pretty easy. I think it's one of the best platforms to fulfill orders through. They just very seamless. So I wanted to show you a couple products and what I'm looking for when I think, should I merchant fulfill this or should I FBA this product? Because merchant is very specific. Most products you find, send into a warehouse and they'll sell because you can get the Prime badge, you can price up, you're competitive in the buy box. Not all products you can merchant fulfill. You cannot compete against Amazon as a merchant seller and win the buy box. It just doesn't happen very often, and it's maybe not the best use of your time and your money. So I want to show you a couple good merchant listings, which you need to watch out for, what I'm looking for, so you have an idea of what this looks like. And yeah, and then I'll show you all other things I use to fulfill. Let's go. You standing face to face with Okay, I am simply looking on Amazon right now, and I'm going to turn on SellerAmp, and let's talk about what makes a good listing a merchant flip. The first thing is, who is your competition? You cannot compete well in the buy box against other FBA sellers. So you can tell that by looking here, ships from Amazon. So that means their product is at a warehouse right now. You can see other sellers and decide how many other FBA sellers are there. Should I wait it out? If there were just merchant sellers, this listing would be fantastic to list. Sell merchant. It's a quick flip. This is a seasonal candy you can find at your Walmart. It looks like it's branded correctly. So I think these are $253 a box. So we just simply put our cost in, and then you will know where do you need to be priced at. Let's turn the merchant tab on. So the fees are going to change. So it is profitable now. You are at $9 of profit, but this candy breaks easily. So you need to box it, probably add some bubbles. That's going to cost more money. And the best way to know how much you're going to be charged for shipping, how much you need to charge to sell the product, is to sell a couple.
sell 5 and you'll get a really good idea of how much you're going to be charged to ship, because it really depends on your zone, where you live, and where the product is going. So quick look at this listing, and I like to look at what's happening currently. So what's happening in the past month, to see, is there somebody who jumps on with a crazy amount of inventory? Is there somebody jumping on to drop the price? Not only that, but I like to see what did it do last year. So we see this listing did, look, the middle graph is sold 5,000 times a month. Last January it was still pushing. December, I think it moved up to 6,000 times a month. Crazy. So lots and lots, but you can see that top graph here. I'm going to point like you can see that. The merchant price looks like it stayed pretty steady at $17.95. The FBA price was at $15, $16. Sales rank, you can see on that top graph, it's showing you the breakdown. Sales rank was, December 5th, 1900. Amazing. So then you can even, like, if you find a replenishable product, something you want to send in, look what it did in the past 3 months to see if there's any red flags. Did one day there were 15 sellers there was 15 sellers on the listing, and then the next day there was none? That could be a possible IP issue, that Amazon or the brand came in and kicked all the sellers off. So you will see that at this bottom chart here. So see, offer count is at 4, 5. So if you do see a quick drop off down to 0 or 1 overnight, probably an IP issue happening there. So if you want to find a good merchant listing, you're going to check your competition. Who are you competing against? The bigger question is, can you beat the other sellers at the buy box? You can if you're a merchant seller competing against merchant sellers and you're offering expedited shipping 1 and 2 day. That's definitely going to help you push you up in the competition. Then you want to make sure you're profitable. Break down your numbers, include your Amazon fees in this. Not just here's the cost of my product and here's my shipping, but you have to remember that it looks like for each sale you are paying Amazon $2.66. Does not even include your cost, your time, the cost of your bags, prep. The third tip is making sure the listing is healthy, making sure the brand is not selling on the listing, making sure Amazon is not dominating the buy box. You can see here your competition, and if you click into Keepa, you'll be able to see the breakdown, who's winning the buy box for what percentage of the time. But here you'll be able to see who is selling FBA versus merchant seller and how much stock they have. And remember, SellerAmp is not just an extension on the computer. I also have it on my phone. So if I were at Walmart, I would scan the UPC of the product. The only difference is when you're going to scan the UPC in the store, it's going to probably show you the 1-pack. And in grocery, a lot of times you're looking at 2-pack, 3-pack, 4-pack listings. So you're not getting a very clear picture. So this is why I like to just come home and really dissect the information. Like, I take pictures in the store, come home and look at the pictures, cross-reference what I have at Walmart versus what I'm seeing at Amazon, and make sure I'm selecting the right listing. All right, I placed my order for boxes, and here we are. Should have backed up, but you know.
I am going to show you a couple of products you will need at home to fulfill orders. And of course I have my thermal printers and I have my floor scale, but also I have these little stickers, and I'm going to just show you some of the like novelty products I have around here that just are helpful. They're not the main things you need. You need a thermal printer and scale. Okay. Those are the two big ones, but I have a bunch of stuff around here that I find really helpful. You don't need to buy it all right now, but you might find along the way it's helpful, saves you time. So these stickers I got off of Amazon, and they cover the price really well. And something I like about them is once you put it on something, the paint comes off. I'm going to do my nails. See the paint? There you go. I think from a selling point of view, we hyperfixate on covering prices because I don't want somebody to see I bought it in the store for $2 and I'm selling it for $15. Okay. But when have you gotten something from Amazon and you try to take off a label? Probably never. So somebody is probably not going to do that to you either, but still, I like to cover the price with a Sharpie, and then I put one of these stickers on. The other thing a friend just sent me, shout out to my bestie Morgan, these peelers that will take off clearance stickers. I've ruined my nails, and I think she just paid a couple bucks for these, but I use these every day to take off clearance stickers. Sometimes, depending on where you're buying your product, like Big Lots, you can take off the store stickers there as well. I find that most of the products I pick up from Walmart, though, do have the price printed, so you can't take off any stickers. But if you follow me at all, you know I buy a lot of clearance stuff, so I use these every day. The other thing that I want to talk about really quick is shipping hazmat products, makeup, hairspray, the chemicals, chlorine, a lot of the stuff you quickly think of, but some of the stuff like makeup, nail polish, you may not think are hazmat, that are. So anything that's hazmat will go into a box. I'm going to polybag it, pretty much prep it like most of my other products, but it always goes into a box. Then I add these limited quantity stickers. I have these in a lot of sizes, but these will notify UPS employees that, number one, don't put this package on an airplane, but also they know that it is flammable, and it's important that you include this information on the outside of the box. And if you don't, there's a fine and you could go to prison. So make sure you are packaging your products correctly. You know, and it really depends on your local UPS. I know some can be picky on taking hazmat products. My local one at first didn't love it, so I had to drop it off at the hub, but they have soon accepted it. You know, originally, actually, they were like, take the hazmat limited quantity stickers off and we'll take it. Okay, general violation, $99,756 per violation. Violation resulting in death, serious illness, severe injury, or property destruction can be up to $232,000 per violation. Oy, yay. So just make sure you're shipping it correctly. That's what I'm trying to say. Avoid prison time. Also have these poly bags. I have a lot of boxes. Okay, we've been over this, but I love to ship in poly bags. This is how I always want to ship. I don't want to prep boxes. I have all the sizes. I like these plastic thin ones. I do not like the paper bubble mailers. I don't like them. They rip really easy. They're bulky. I hate them. This, easy peasy. I have all the sizes, and I also have some thermal ones, and I just used it yesterday. I'll show you. These will be good if it's a product that's going to be sitting out in the sun and could melt. You could also, if you're worried about that, you could also print off, like on a Dymo, heat sensitive stickers. Just make them and apply them to your package and just give the postal workers a heads up. Please don't put it in the sun. It could work. I think the most important thing is that you get started. So don't wait until you know it all. I mean, obviously you need to know how to ship hazmat first thing. You will know the questions once you get started. I think a lot of people get stuck in just learning and they never sell a product. And they're even afraid of selling anything and losing money. You're gonna lose money. And that's the way you learn how to set up your shipping template. That's the way you learn how to figure out your fees and your profit and your net numbers and the shipping fees, is you do it and you mess up and you adjust. So if you're waiting for the perfect time, that doesn't exist. You just need to get started now. Stop making excuses. You don't need everything I showed you here. You do need a scale to weigh out your packages and make sure you're buying the proper label, and you need a way to print the label. That's the two things you really have to get started, but most of this other stuff you can make do with. Don't have it at all. Get some poly bags, get some boxes. One more note, on Amazon, you have to use new shipping products. You have to use blank new boxes. Do not go use Walmart boxes because customers could think you're drop shipping your products. So plain boxes, new. This is not the place to reuse all that shipping stuff. Reuse it on eBay. Save Amazon for new boxes only. I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned something. I hope that this pushed you to get started. I believe in you. Thank you for watching. Bye.